The
recording has now started. This is the last session for the year.
Thank you, Henrik. I
last session.
think I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic as well that this is our last lesson, Henrik.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Governor. I always look forward to it.
Thank you, Henrik. Thank you, Henrik. Okay, so I think I got Moses out here. Moses, you've joined us as well, Moses.
Yes, I did, sir.
Hey, hello, Moses. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for yourself, sir.
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. Okay, so Moses, do you have a question for me?
Yes, I do have a question. Few, actually.
Okay, go for it. Let's start. Number one. First question.
Number one, it's that let's say one is encountering a problems with their code blocks, since you know it sometimes act up and say debugging errors, things like that. Can one go and use online GDP for that?
Okay, so that's a good
Probably
question.
just answer that, Moses.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, but we didn't record it. That's why I'm just asked Moses to answer that question again. No problem. Sorry. Thank you for that. All right. So Moses, one, don't be negative. Let's hope that code blocks works. If it doesn't work, I'm by the way, I'm on the COS 1512 WhatsApp group, and out there someone asked that same question, and another reply was that Mama said that you can allow to use VS, right? Visual Studio. So I'm sure you can use a backup. But you must remember, Moses, you're only using code blocks for basically tracing through the program, check whether it's working or not. You're not going to like display a screenshot of code blocks as such, right? That's my experience, and that's what it is. Because when you are marking the paper, they're just interested in the output, right? And it's 2 marks, 3 marks. So you're not going to write an entire program, right? And you must time yourself, Moses, to see whether you have enough time to actually use code blocks in a particular question or not, right? If it's not essential, don't do it, right? Don't. But again, if you are, I hope you don't have issues. If you are, you can switch, but be careful that the iris proctoring software doesn't, it's still working in the background. I hope that answers your question, Henry. Sorry, Moses.
Yes, sir. The second question is one allowed to write instead of using write it down on a paper instead of typing it on a Word document?
Right. Do you think that you're going to be writing it out, Moses?
Excuse me, sir?
Do you think that you are going to be writing out your answers?
I don't think so. I think I'll have to type. I'm just asking, sir.
Yeah. Or for other people. Okay, for the recording. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
for the
So in the past, students have done that. They've handwritten the program output, and they had to scan it thereafter. Some students even told me that they used their cell phone. There's Office Lens application, and you are able to scan it. Yeah. So if you feel that you're comfortable with that, yes. But if you're using code blocks, Moses, think about it.
Yeah.
You've typed out a solution or it generated an output, right, Moses?
Yes, sir.
It'll be faster for you to copy and paste that into a Microsoft Word document and then transcribe, export it to PDF, than for you to copy it down and handwrite it, Moses. What do you think?
Yes, I also think it is the best solution just to copy it and paste it.
Yeah, I think you should do that, right? I'm just thinking out loud. That's a nice question. All right, go for the next question, Moses.
I think we'll just give other people a chance, then I'll just ask you along the way, sir.
Okay. No. I'm not sure if anybody else has a question. Go for the next question. Let's sort you out. We've got some time. Go for the next question, Moses.
Oh, besides that, I think these two are the main questions that I have.
Okay. 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 I think someone's mic. Moses, you can mute that person, Moses.
Okay, let me see who is it.
Okay. I think I sorted them out. I think it's Latvia.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Hendrik, do you have any questions for me, Hendrik?
Not really, Mr. Governor. I was going to ask the opposite to Moses's question about whether we could type it onto the computer into a Word document, but that got answered anyway, so I'm all right.
Yeah. In fact, I would suggest you do that. In the past, students have done that. They copied and pasted. I think I did a lesson with you some time ago, Hendrik, how you copy and paste output. If anybody wants me to go through that again, please, by all means, let me know, and I will assist you, right? So yeah, it'll be faster to do that. And it also looks much neater, Hendrik. You must remember there's 421 of you writing this paper, and markers are human. I know when I see a very neat handwritten essay, I somehow feel like I want to give the person more marks. And if someone has illegible handwriting and I have to put my glasses on or put the lights on, then it kind of psychologically, I feel, hey, this person not taking pride in the answer, or they're just scratching us. They used to call them foul scratches, So,
Oh, yes.
yeah, not being neat in your answer. Okay. So I've answered that question. Anybody else with a question for me? Anyone else? Please ask. There was a question about code blocks, which version to use. I simply stuck with version 17.12. There was a student that still is having issues with code blocks. I shared the link with you in the WhatsApp group. I'll just do that very quickly so that if he watches the recording, he can see it. So
good afternoon, Dr. Govinda. Sorry
Good
about that.
afternoon. Hello. Is that Naledi?
Naledi yes, it's Naledi speaking. I have been trying to raise my hand, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll blame
been
Hendrik. He didn't see your hand being raised. So
not
go,
a problem at all.
go ahead. You can
How
just
are you
scream it
doing
out.
today?
Scream out. We are cool now. Cool. Go for it, Naledi.
Not a problem. I have posted a question on functions. There was a question from assignment 2. It was, I think, assignment 2, question 1,
Right.
about functions. I've posted it on WhatsApp. I have had a look at the videos that you posted, but mostly was directed to COS 1511 students.
Okay,
If
COS 1511 and INP are the same. It's the same. You're using the same study guide, right?
I was just confused with just the way you placed it on code blocks, if that's a correct way of saying it. If you please do have a moment to just quickly run it by me.
Sure. Let me go through. Let me look at your question.
Thank you.
I'm sharing my screen. You can see the WhatsApp. Did you post it today? No.
On WhatsApp, yes. Just it's a last text sent.
Oh, okay. All right, write function headers for the following functions described below. The function check has two parameters. The first parameter should be an integer, and the second parameter is a floating point. The function returns no value. All right, as soon as you see the word no value, that means it's a void function, right? It has two parameters. So let's open up the study guide. Let's go to the study guide and let's see where this comes from, right? I like to oops, no start. Let's go and search there, my study guide. There's the study guide. Right, so let's see where's Naledi finding it. Oops, that's my student's work. Let's go to Intro to Programming. So let's go there. Here's my study guide. Oopsie. Sorry about this. Just before I could start, I was preparing and I mixed up my folders. I'm just going to stop the share, right? Because I don't want you to see my screen, if you don't mind. Give me a split second, and I'll show you what I'm. Let me just find my. Desktop archive. Folders went haywire. Now I've got it. Five, 1511. Search STUD. I found it, right? So, right. So if you look at, let me quickly share my screen again. And so the question spoke about a function that returns no value. Right. So let's answer that question. And it's a void function. I know that as a void function. So when you're looking for a void, I look at void. Let's see where they talk about void function. And it says it has two parameters. There's it. It's lesson 20. Right? Lesson 20. Let's go to lesson 20. Void. Where else does it find a void? It's at page 235. My computer's a bit slow. Oh my goodness, why is it opening up? Let's just go to page 235, right? Let's go all the way to page 235. So I'll show you how to look at this question. So there they talk about page 230, reference parameters, and they talked about void parameters, right? In fact, we can use this as well if you like. So there it is. There's a void function. There's an example of a void function, right? So it's void input and calc string p. I'm just going to copy this. So you see that I am answering a question similar to that. So this is how you're going to study for, right? Let's go to new project. And in honor of Naledi asking me the question, so I'm gonna label it Naledi, right? And there we go. So Naledi, in the question they asked for, I'm gonna they just asked for a function that does not return anything. So that's why it's a void. And what was the name of the function, Naledi? In the question, just read out the question for me. This is normally Hendrik's task. Naledi, can you read out the question for me, please? It says the function.
Yes, it says the function check has two parameters.
What's the name of the function?
Check.
Right. So can you see how I just copied anyone from the exam I copied it and it's called input and calc. So now you got to change this name to check, CHECK, right? And then it tells me how many parameters does it have, Naledi?
Two parameters, Dr.
First
Govender.
should be an integer and the second is a floating point. So they don't tell you what the name of the thing is. So the first one is an integer. So where I got the word string, I must say it must be an integer. And the name of int, right? And the name of this is, let's call it num1, right? And the second parameter is a?
Floating.
Right, and we don't know what that is. It's float. Let's call it num2, right? And do they have a third one? No, no third one.
No third one.
That's how they answered. And they tell me that they don't tell me whether it's a value parameter or a reference parameter. And that's how you do it, right? So they just want a function header. Function header is only the top, only line number 3, right?
Okay.
Right. Now the next one they talk about a function multi. So you understand how to do check. So you're going to call this multi.
All right.
Right? And it has 2. And it says it returns the result of multiplying them together. So if I have to return the result and both of them are float, There's float out here, right? And that's also float. Num2 is also float. It returns the results by multiply. And you want, I could return it at the bottom. Can you see at the bottom over here? In this case, it's a non-return function because there's no return, right? I could say return num1 times num2, right? Okay, that's the easiest thing. The third one says the function line. So if it's line, the function name is called line. Can you see, Naledi, how you must think? It's out here. By the way, this was by a psychologist called Piaget. I did a little bit of psychology, so I know what I'm talking about, right? So he said, you learn one thing and then you change and adapt to a new question. So you learn how to do one function nicely, properly, whatever it is. And then you see how you chop and change according to the question. All right?
All right.
So this function is called line. So Naledi, tell me in
Time.
line. Oh, time. Sorry, time. Oh, I'm missing my glasses. Huh? It's called time, right? So what's the name of the function?
Time.
Oops. By the way, void. You can't have the word void over here. You're gonna have float, right? Because it's returning a value, right? Whatever it is. In this case, it's called time. So we're gonna have it as, we can say int if you want. Int, and it's called time. And how many values are there?
So you have your seconds, minutes, and hours.
Okay, so there's three. So
Three.
function header is going to have int, which is seconds, int, which is minutes. I think you get the picture now. And int, which is hours. But listen to the question. The question says, returns them as parameters to its calling function. So they tell me that it returns it. If it returns it, I must put a ampersand in front of it. Right? Right? So it says returns it. Okay? Are you okay with that, Naledi?
So far, so good, Dr. Govinda.
Good. I'm going to leave the last one to you, right? You tell me now. Talk to me.
So number 4, the function name will be count character. So count char.
Right.
So see out, yeah.
Right.
And the number of occurrences of a character in a string, that's the one that actually just that's the one I'm struggling with.
How do you count the number of characters in a string? What do you use? What do you use to count characters in a string? Right? Length, right? Length, string manipulation, length, right? There we go. This counts the number of characters in a string. Length is a function, right? You could use that. You can use length.
Length, okay.
Characters in a string. And you can have, depending on the question, this is a very open-ended question that they had. You have 2 parameters. One can say the count string, which will be s.size, and you'll find it out there. All right. I want you to, in fact, feel free, work it out, write a little mini program, little function, and you can email it to me, WhatsApp it to me, and I want you to try it because you're going to learn about function length, function size. I'm just pointing you in the direction of it, right? I did this I posted it on the WhatsApp group without answering the question because that was the last kind of section I did not include as part of the revision. Right? So the clue here is string length or size of character. Right? And in fact, the answer is out in this lesson here. Right? The only difference is now you got to put it into a function header. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Govinda, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Next question. Next question, anybody? Go for it. Let me answer the question that the student posted in WhatsApp about code blocks. So there's my and he said you're still getting issues. So Moses, I pray and hope this doesn't happen with you. But if it does, just keep my my installation files available for you. Where's my installation files? Let's go back. I did it just now. I shared it with the students. Let's start again. My computer. You're more than welcome to borrow my installation files. They cost 1511. And it's called, I've got a folder that I share. There we go, code blocks install, right? So you open this, in this folder, I've got this this file. It's pretty large for that student that asked me a question. But if you and there's the instructions on how to download code blocks. You click on this icon or this file and you download it and you follow the prompts and you shouldn't have an issue, right? You just click on download. It'll download the file. You'll find it in my downloads folder. I'm worried that the student has to do it now. So it's downloading. Is it downloading? It'll take some time, but you find it out there and you run the file, follow the prompts, and that should give you that should sort your issue out, right? Okay, I'm just pointing in the direction. If you're still having issues, you're more than welcome to contact me, and I'll set up a session just you and me, right? Today there's quite a number of people on here, like Naledi. I'll help you as well if you want on your own. We can, but write a program. Just don't give me the question. I want you to attempt something. That's and show it to me, and I'll help you, right? You're first year higher education students. I don't like to spoon feed students. I have to make you independent. And I don't want to stress you out as well just before the exam. Now, lady, if you are finding it difficult to answer question 4, answer question 1, 2, 3, come back to question 4. Even the long-worded questions that I told you about, I did that with you last week, Hendrik. Remember I gave you the strategy? Hendrik, if you could come in, or Moses.
Yes,
yeah, right?
Yeah, I remember, Mr. Governor.
The strategy of answering it from output going backwards so that you get part marks, okay?
Yes, Mr. Governor, that actually worked very well.
Oh, I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear, right? So for those people who were not here last week, please watch that little video. And oh, by the way, I didn't hide the videos. I unlisted them. You'll have to pick it up from the MyUnisa site, or just go to my playlist and check where it is, right? Because after the exams, I will make it private, right? The videos on YouTube. And the WhatsApp group. We will disband the WhatsApp group, here Moses and Hendrik, after today and before the exams, because well, I shouldn't be putting this in the recording. I don't expect people to be WhatsApping each other during the exams or before the exams, right? Just before. So I will remove myself deliberately and y'all can disband that. Okay, Hendrik? Moses?
Okay, Mr. Governor.
No problem.
Thank you, right? And yeah. Any other questions? Talk to me. Yep. Anybody else with a question? Query? Burning issue? Anybody having problems with Iris? We did this last week. We spoke to you last week about it. There's 21 participants out here. Wow, okay. Talk to me. Anybody else? There's Dolphus, there's Jaden. Oh, I spoke to you the other day. Ketametsi, Latavia. Come on. Anybody with a question? Rams, I'm missing you. Didn't see you in a long while. Swift, hello, Swift. Do you have a question, query? Oh, okay. I know I shouldn't be asking Swift. What if baby is sleeping, right? Simon, you, right? Please, you must go over past your papers. There's it under additional resources. Somebody asked for solutions. There's the solutions out here. I've posted the solutions. I will take that out, right? There's solutions
Hi,
out.
Mr. Govinda.
Hello, who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Carol. I'm sitting with Deborah.
Hello, Carol. Hey, I missed your call this morning. You called me at 6 o'clock in the morning with my phone. Or was it last time?
Yes.
I was sleeping. I said I'll see you.
Sorry, I joined the lesson very late. I
Oh,
just want to know,
you
how are
can
we
watch the
going to write
recording.
the exam? How like on the multiple choice on
Yes.
the exam, right?
Yes.
After maybe choosing the answer, do we tick the box or we have to write it down?
Okay. Tick what box?
With
What?
multiple choice, remember you circle the alphabet that it's right, maybe, or you tick the box.
Okay. We spoke about this earlier on. If you are doing it in Microsoft Word, you can just write Q1 option A, right? Q2 option B. If you don't have Microsoft Word and you are writing it out and then you're going to scan it, then you should write down with a pen and paper on paper that that's what it is. I don't think
Okay.
that INP1501 is going to be done on the computer per se, as in a quiz, right? I think 1512 is a quiz on Moodle or something to that effect. I'm not sure, but that's how you should adopt it, right?
Okay. And then with the long question,
Yes.
let's say you take your question, then you paste it on your code block to check your answer. Now you got your answer. How do we write it? Do we copy the whole statement
Okay, let me
on the
right, let's do it now. See, there's your answer, right? So this was what you had done. So Control A, I'm copying everything. Control C means copy it. I open up my Microsoft Word document. There's my blank document there. And I say Control V, right? So it pastes it there. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Right? I like that way because it'll work with others as well. In the event that you have time and you want to submit the output screen, and I'm not, maybe they ask you for the output screen as well, right? So you'll run the program. Oh, this program doesn't run. So let's go find a program that runs. Recent files, recent projects, wheels or switch trial, right? Let's go to switch. And let's run that program. Does it run? Right. So let's say, for instance, there's the program that runs. I'm not saying that that this will come out, but let's say it's 3. And you want to, you have time and you want to submit that like you did in the assignments. You will click on, where's this process? You can also do a control. Oopsie doobie. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let's run that again. 3, right? You can do the same thing. You can copy that. Oopsie. Moses, help me, Moses. Remember we did this with some time ago, Moses.
Yes, I remember. You can also use a print screen. You can just print
Oh,
screen
yes. Thank you. You can use print screen as well. Yes, that's right. Print screen. Right?
the
But I don't think that's going to count. I don't think they'll ask you for output, right? Because some students may not use code blocks. But you know about it now, Carol, right? If it appears. But I would suggest just copy and paste, and don't copy the whole program. Just copy the part that they needed. So let's say, for instance, they needed just the switch statement. You'll do that. You'll say edit. You'll say copy. I'm showing you another method. You go to your document and you paste it, right? Let's say, right? By the way, I mark at UNISA as well. And it's always nice in the header for me to see the student's student number, right? So make that, I know I tell my students that. And INP1501, right? I think it's pretty cool to have that in your header, right? Main exam, 12th November INP1501 or whatever, if you want to, right? So that appears on every single page. So the person that's marking, because I marked an assignment with about 8 or 9 pages, and it shows me on the top that I'm still in assignment 2, question 3, and question 4, or whatever. Right? Even if you want to put a page number at the bottom, I feel that's helpful. Right? So that you are, and it's nice to have page 4 of 5, page 4 of 8. So the marker knows that they have to go through 8 pages. It's just, if I could put that down, right? Bottom of the page. And where is it? I just like that format. Right? It tells me there, page 1 of 1, page 1 of 2, page 1 of 3. Okay. Right. That's just as a sideshow. But make sure that you go through at least one past year paper, right? 1 or 2 past year papers. Okay.
So, Mr. Gavin, how long is this paper going to be?
The papers are generally 2 hours. Let's look at last year's paper. That's a good guide, right? Let's look at that. I've picked this up from my UNISA. There's the paper. It says it's, where does it say it's? Welcome to course 1511. Okay, this is 1511. It's just like INP. It's 75 marks, 9 pages. There's a whole lot of instructions out here. Where's the cover page? There's the cover page. There's 2 hours, right? The paper has been 2 hours for a number of years. Right? Okay.
Thank you.
Next question. When you ask me a question like that, it gets me a bit worried that you didn't look at a past year paper. So please look at a past year paper. Look at the cover page so that you're not seeing it for the first time at the exam.
The challenge is this copying, pasting, confirming the answer, writing the answer. 2 hours is not enough, eh?
You are absolutely right. But in an exam, they are also testing you on your ability to work under pressure and to work within a time frame. And also, if it's worth 2 marks, you should be spending 2 minutes or 3 minutes on the paper, right? You should know this answer off to say, hey, oh, this looks familiar. I did this.
Yes.
You shouldn't be taking too much of time on it. All right. So part of an exam is also to test you on your ability to work within a time frame. Even your qualification as well. You can't take 10 years to do a qualification that's supposed to be done in 3 years or 4 years. Yeah. So it's like,
so Mr. Gavin, like let's say on your 1.2, the one that you open now.
Yeah.
I know that maybe answer is 6, for example.
Yeah.
Do I still have to take this thing and run it on the code block to prove my answer, or just write 6?
No. They say, what is the, if you are able to work it out without code blocks, by all means, you to do that, right? Please.
Okay.
I think I did that with one lesson where I was trying to write with a pen and paper or something. You can get the answer out. So if it's 5, you know it's not going to be, oh, there's going to be case 5. But you see there's no break over here. What's going to happen to that? It's going to run the next case as well. All right? And they've never ever asked for output as such, right? See, like, explain the purpose of the code. Now, you'll have to give a narrative, not necessarily an answer or a response. Consider the following, demonstrate the execution. This one, I would suggest maybe you could use code blocks, like ma'am allowed you to, you know? And well, if they ask for a variable diagram, then you've got to kind of put out line numbers, label the variables. And all right, I hope that helps you, Carol. Okay.
I have something now.
Yes, good. Next question. You have another question? Quickly, go ahead. Go for it, Carol.
No, I don't have another question.
Oh, no question. Okay. Anybody else with a question, query? Anyone? Or can we call it a day? Can we say our goodbyes? Please, Hendrik, Moses, keep your paper, the take-home paper.
Mr. Gavenda.
Yes.
Remember yesterday we spoke regarding my laptops, eh?
Yes. Go.
Yes. Now, I'm using a programmer. The programmer doesn't have a camera. Can I use my code block on the programmer and then write my exam on the other laptop, or it's not allowed?
Like we spoke yesterday, Carol, I think you should stick with one computer, one laptop. You don't want to be chopping and changing and going over to one laptop, another laptop, restarting the machine. Try and get everything in one machine, in code blocks running on that laptop that you're working with, so that.
Okay.
Right. Okay, thanks. That's a good point to note. That goes for everybody else as well, right? Get your house in order before the exam. Okay. And that's why I was so worried when someone's telling me that they're loading code blocks and they're having issues about code blocks. That means they didn't load it prior to this. Okay, thank you, Carol. Anybody else with a question?
Oh, it's not a question, but okay, I'll make sure that I save the paper, then I'll share it to you when we are done, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Please do, Moses. Then I can help people for next year. Okay. By the way, that's how I collected papers over the years, Moses. I always got it from my students.
Yes.
You would give it to me, right?
Okay, then regarding the group, I think I'll close it tomorrow before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll make sure that I close it.
Yeah. So you're giving them, just give them ample warning, and whatever media, like past year questions or papers, if you can, delete that as well, right? We don't want people looking through that on the exam, or leaving it open for temptation or anything of that sort.
No problem, sir.
Thank you, Moses. And I must thank you, Moses, for attending so regularly. You were almost every Saturday you were here, even Hendrik as well. My regulars. Swift was around. Naledi used to come. I know she used to work and she couldn't talk. I know Swift has a baby in the home and couldn't talk and didn't want to disturb. And there's Tin Swallow, Simon. We miss Rams. Rams used to log in while he was driving. So if he's going to watch this video, I hope he has a smile on his face when I mentioned his name. Yes, sorry, someone spoke. Hello. Hi, Moses. Did anybody say anything? Is there anything in the chat?
No, nothing, sir.
Okay. All right. So just before the exam, don't go and discuss anything with anyone. You keep yourself cool and calm. Have a good night's rest. You have worked consistently. Don't try and pull an all-nighter and expect a miracle. Make sure you are well rested. You are in a room that there's no other interference in terms of there's no one you can hear voices on there, because the proctoring software picks it up as if you are talking to someone else and someone else is assisting you. So be wary of that factor. I know my students asked that. And don't talk to yourself in terms of the paper such that it'll appear as if you are talking to someone, right? So don't say, oh, question one, what are the function parameters responsible, how many, you'll think that you'll record that. I've never used Iris, but just be wary of all these factors. Do the mock exam. Go to UNISA. I did that last week with you. I'm not going to repeat that. Okay. Yep. Anybody else? Question, query? Hendrik, thank you very much. Moses, thank you very much. Any parting shots for everyone?
I don't think so.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think so, Mr. Governor, but thank you for lecturing us and devoting part of your Saturday to us. Always greatly appreciated.
Thank you too. Thank you to you too for coming along every Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Governor.
You're welcome. You want to do our last class photograph? We're going to call it today without a photograph. I've got so many photographs of y'all. But would you like to?
It's also fine to take a last picture.
Okay, let's do that. Let's take a last picture. Is it Windows D that takes a photograph? Was it Windows print screen? Yeah. Right, Moses. Yay, I got a photograph. There's only 3 of us. Come on. Swift, are you around? Put your camera on, Swift. Hey, Mfundo, I can see Mfundo there. Right. Okay, let me just save this one photograph. I got one photo as a JPEG file, and we posted the last one. We posted. All right. So get ready for another photograph. Oh, there's Simon, there's Naledi, there's Mfundo. Swift, where are you, Swift? Okay, and another one. Yay, Carol, are you there, Carol? All right. Oh, there's Tobago, Langa. Ah, that's another one. Yay. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to post in our group now, right? Okay, great. Goodbye, everybody. Good luck. All the very
Goodbye,
best.
Mr. David.
I'll be praying for you. What time are you writing? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Ooh, okay. I'll say a special prayer at 8 o'clock for you, right? And please let me
Thank
know,
you, Dr. Govender.
especially with the marks, right? And if you have a supplementary, also you can keep in touch with me. I will help you. We're not thinking about the supplementary, but I'll also assist in that one, right? In January.
Yeah.
Let's not hope for that. Simon. Bye, Simon. Bye, Mfundo. Oh, we should stop the recording. All right.